Statesville, you know the place to go. Drum landscape supply where gardens grow. From Mooresville to Cornelia, Secret to Taylorsville, they bring the dream to life, they always will. In every town, they got your back. From Moxville to Ckezepis, more than that. Experience hands, make your dream complete. Drum landscape supply, your garden suite.
Good morning, OKM. 8:48. Happy Friday to you. And a beautiful Friday it is indeed. I know that because we are hanging out with Jason Drum Landscape Supply. And about the bluest sky I've seen in a few weeks right behind Jason this morning at the yard. How are you, sir?
Oh, doing well. Hope everybody else is today.
I will say, too, the stash is looking,
looking good,
excellent,
Jason.
sir. Excellent. Very
Great.
nice.
Well, it's actually, this might be the last weekend of it. The summer stash will end, I believe, on Labor Day. So.
Oh, you're doing the reverse model, huh? Rather than No Shave November, you do the summer stash. I like it.
Well, November's a couple months away, so we'll see what happens.
It may come back. It may return for the fall.
All right, we're coming up on Labor Day, Jason. First off, Drum Landscape Supply will be closed on Monday. We want to make sure people are aware of that. But during the weekend, will you be open your regular hours during the weekend?
Yes, we'll be open 8 until 1 this Saturday, and today's 8 until 5.
Okay, perfect. So people can get out there in the yard. Now, you're near with the heavies, and you're out there near it looks like the mulch and the soil and all that part of the yard, the stone. What's it been like this summer and even right now going into the fall for all of those type of hardscaping type materials like that you've got in construction materials?
We've been able to keep a pretty good supply this year. Sales have been pretty strong with the especially decorative grapples. That's something that has really taken off this year. We've always sold them, but more so than ever, people are switching to river rock and brick chips and things of that nature. We've got the white marble chips here over my left shoulder. That is one of our newest decorative gravels. So it's really been a good surprise for us with decorative gravel sales this year.
You mentioned the white marble at the beginning of the season because you found a vendor. You care about quality, right? You're a vendor, but you care about the quality of the people you source from even. And so through this season, what's that been like? Are you happy with the product still that and the relationship you've got there with your white marble people, or what's that been like?
Yeah, we are. This is only our third load that we've had of this. So far, it's been really consistent. You can see how bright white it is. Might want sunglasses like me to look at the picture there. But yeah, we maintaining good relationships with our vendors is really something that's been important throughout the 15 years. I've always visited the vendors firsthand if possible. There's a few that I haven't been to just because of geographical locations. But I just came back from Oregon, seeing our grass seed vendors out there, and it's something that that's important to me, that they're going to have the same values or same type of business towards their customers and towards their employees that we have here at Drum.
I love every time I get a chance to come up to the nursery and the yard up there. Drum Landscapes by located in Statesville. Jason and his team do deliver, though, to all of Lake Norman. But even the process there and the way you've got the yard set up to where people can, like the car just going right past you right there, they can drive in, circle around. You make it easy for them to pick up. Are people happy with this process here where they can just kind of pull up, you guys load them up, and then they can keep going?
It's something as well that we've worked on throughout the years. We're constantly improving Drum Landscape Supply, because the middle of the summer is a slower period for us. It's really starting to pick up now with these nice temperatures we're having. But during those time periods, I keep the same staff. I don't lay anybody off or reduce hours for my full-time people. And then we take care of projects like this. So anything that we see we can improve on, I'm always looking for input from customers, from employees. We try to make it as easy to get in and out of here as possible.
All right, you said you went to Oregon, you checked on the seed, you chatted with the vendors. How you feeling about this year, and what should people expect as far as Drum's premium turf blend and the other wonderful seed products that you carry?
Yes, so we got our first new shipment in yesterday. So we're fully stocked up. It's the same great quality as we've had before. The Falcon 4 leads the way in our seed blend, as well as the Amity and Renegade H2O. So our grass seed is certified to use 30% less water than other blends through the Turf Grass Water Conservation Alliance. And I feel good about it. It's the lowest prices we've been able to offer on it. and looks like a good start to the seeding season. As long as it doesn't get really dry and really hot, it should be a really good seeding season for fescue, which primarily is September, October, and early November.
All right, coming up on it before you know it, so you got to
That's
plan right. The other thing you may want to do during the fall time, because I think you've said that fall is really the best time for plantings. So let's transition over to the nursery side of things here. How's it going? What's hot? What do you think some of the popular items that people are coming in for?
Yeah, so these burgundy shrubs you can see to my left here have been and continue to be one of the most popular shrubs we offer. This one in particular is called Cerise Charm Loropetalum. They're evergreen shrubs. They do well in full sun to partial shade, and they're pretty easy to care for. They're resilient shrubs, so you can kind of mistreat them a little bit as long as you water them initially, and they'll do good for you. There's different varieties and different sizes, so we're here to help you pick the right one. But that has been one of the most popular for sure. And then you can see some of the Japanese maples. I think they'll be forever popular in landscapes because it's just something that we get more and more people asking for, and there are literally hundreds of varieties to choose from.
One of the things I think about as we get toward the fall, the leaves are going to start changing, right? And they're going to start falling. Of all these offerings, a significant portion, I imagine, will lose their leaves, or is there kind of a rule here that we can look at of, okay, what if I don't want to lose leaves? Where should I be at?
Sure. Yeah, we can help you choose that. Throughout the years of landscape design, it's a good balance to have some evergreen backbone for your landscape, so something that will be there in the wintertime, but then having some deciduous things, and the deciduous tend to be more flowering plants than the evergreens. Now, there are azaleas and gardenias and viburnum and a few other evergreen things that bloom, but having the background of the evergreens more towards your foundation and then using the deciduous, more blooming plants like hydrangeas away from the home tends to give a really pleasing look throughout the year. It changes it up a little bit, but then it still gives you some nice evergreen in the wintertime when everything else is just sticks.
The trees right there behind you over your left shoulder, those are pretty decent sized buckets. So let's say I bought one of those. Those look kind of almost mature. I don't know if I probably can't carry that, but I would give it a try. So that plant in particular, how deep am I burying that thing based on that bucket down there in the ground if I wanted to plant that one in particular?
Sure. So these are different red maple trees, which is a native species that we have here. That is a 25-gallon container. These trees are about 10 feet tall. And you actually want to dig the hole about 1.5 times the width of the bucket there. And then whenever you finish planting it, where the stem meets the dirt right there, should be about 2 inches above grade. So you do not want to bury plants in our area. The south is a little bit different than, say, up north, where you do want to bury plants because of the frost up people. But we don't get that here. So what we do have here is clay soil, which is great for retaining nutrients and moisture, but it almost can retain too much moisture sometimes. So that's why we plant a little bit higher to help with drainage away from the root ball, because you can get root rot on some different things. Now, these red maples here, they rarely ever get root rot. They prefer a moist soil, although they do well in average soil as well. And they can actually stand some light flooding too. So we're here to help choose those different things for you and help you, with the situation that you have.
And speaking of moisture, obviously water being a very important part of the process for plants. And we've talked about it throughout the year. When it got hot during that peak hot, right? Yep. You got to make sure you keep them cool. Now, as we're starting to transition to these cooler temperatures, fall's happening, how do the moisture and maybe the watering habits need to change for us throughout our lawn and gardens?
Sure. That's a great question. So when it's hotter out, of course, you're going to need to water. The water will evaporate more often. So during the summer, if you had planted something new, you would probably want to water it every other day, or at least check on it every other day to see if it needs water. Now, as we get into these cooler temperatures, instead of every other day, it might be 3 times a week or 2 times a week. But the best way to really tell is just the finger test. Just take your finger, stick it on the top of the root ball. If the top 2 inches is dry, then it's time to water. If the top 2 inches, if you feel moisture on it, then go ahead and skip another day. So the fall tends to be twice a week. And then as you move into the early part of the winter, maybe once a week. And then as we get into late December, January, February, we usually have enough moisture to where you don't need to water during those months. But you still want to make sure that you're vigilant about it, because if we go 3 weeks in the winter without rain, you probably should water. So but it's a lot reduced frequency for watering, and that's one of the reasons why fall is the best time to plant in North Carolina.
Over 50,000 offerings you can choose from at Drum Landscape Supply, conveniently located in Statesville, North Carolina. Jason and his team, though, delivering to all of Lake Norman. Jason, words of wisdom for us as we go into the season. Encourage people for their lawn, for their garden, if they're wanting to get outside maybe for the first time, or maybe they're the seasoned expert and doing this 20 years like you. Give us something to look forward to this season. What do you think?
Well, the cooler temperatures that we've had have been fantastic. I can recall many August, the end of August, where it was just hot, dry, nobody wants to get out and do anything. We've been very fortunate with this weather. The rainfall has been pretty good, although it's a little on the dry side looking forward in the next 15 days, but I can tell you those temperatures look great with nothing forecasted out of the lower 80s. So I'm very thankful for that. And that's something to look forward to for the fall.
All right, Jason Drum Landscape Supply, your local one-stop landscape shop. Jason, thank you so much. Looking forward to, September, I get excited. Seed month. I call it seed month. That's what I do. So, Jason, we'll talk to you next week. Have a great weekend. Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day, everyone. Hope you have a great weekend and get outside and enjoy this weather.
Absolutely. Drum Landscape Supply, drumlandscapesupply.com. All right, good morning, fam. Been a great week with you. Patrick Reynolds, host of the Home Ad Show, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11, is up next, 11 to noon. Today is Friday, so you've got Oh, yeah, well, we're playing Do It because Joe Berg's gone this week. This is our first week without. There you go. Okay, I'm going to have to relearn the schedule then. Noon to 3, Todd Starn Show. 3 to 4 p.m., you've got Beyond the Blueprint, Brad Howard. A shout out to the Howard family. Know that we're still thinking about you. Love you guys. And the passing of Brad's dad, Rick. Also, after that, 4 o'clock, Dr. Fred, Health Talk. Have a great weekend. Happy Labor Day. Fill it up now. Rock, smoke, some soul for your green spot. Call them up. They deliver on the dot. From Boise.